This is Rochelle's Daily Wire, weekend video edition, reporting on important developments in bankruptcy law. Over the last week or so, the most significant event is the granting of certiorari in what will be the Supreme Court's third bankruptcy case for the current term to end at the conclusion of June. The case is called Lamar, Archer, Cofrin versus Appling. It has to do with Section 523A of the Bankruptcy Code and whether or not, if you make a fib about one asset, will that lead to the non-dischargeability of the debt to the person to whom you made the misrepresentation. This case is important because it raises a fundamental policy question. Because all of the circuits will currently hold that if you make a big lie about all of your assets and it's only made orally, well, then the person to whom you made that lie cannot challenge the dischargeability of the debt. However, a couple of circuits have held that if you make a little lie about the value of one asset, then that person to whom you made the misstatement can challenge the dischargeability of that debt. This really raises two separate issues under recent Supreme Court authority. This case is going to be another indication of how the Supreme Court will read bankruptcy law, that is to say, to give bankruptcy judges the ability to use their equitable powers or not. And in that respect, there are really Supreme Court opinions pointing in different directions on this issue. On the one hand, we have Law versus Siegel, where the court said very emphatically that you cannot use a court's equitable powers to depart from the language of the Bankruptcy Code. If you were to follow that decision, well, then maybe a small lie will not affect the dischargeability of the debt. On the other hand, we had the Husky decision where the justices, 7-1, really felt that somebody who is a bad person should not be able to emerge from bankruptcy unscathed. So I'm really quite unsure which direction the justices will run on this, and we'll have to stay tuned. On Rochelle's Daily Wire, we will report on oral argument when it takes place, perhaps sometime around April. And because it's being argued so late in the term, we're not expecting a decision until probably around the end of the term in June. So stay tuned, keep your eyes on the API website for further reports, and we'll talk to you again same time next week.